Hi guys, how you doing today? So this is the inspiration behind the dress. This is the style I'll be cutting, and this are the basic things I need for this style. Firstly, my brown paper, my bony measurement, tape rule, my ruler, scissors, the bra hook, zip, bra cup, lining, doll face, my material, chalk, and my scissors. So firstly, I have a pattern that I have drafted before of my basic body, so I'll just be using that to cut out the back. But if you do not have, I'm just going to explain how you can achieve your back measurement. So basically, you cut out your half length. I will not be doing any backs effect at the back, just normal straight back. So for the back, you cut out your half length, which is 16, and then you go in by taking your shoulder. After that, you're just going to outline your basic body, which is your bust, your under bust, your waist, and probably your chest line, which you're going to be using to do your measurement as a guide through. I'll go ahead to measure my shoulder and then outline it, and then come down by the shoulder measurement. If I'm having 7 as my shoulder, that's what I'll use to determine my armhole. And then you take your zipper measurement. Since you'll be cutting the bag, you take your zip. For me, I'll be using 2 inches for my zip, which is my basic standard measurement, but sometimes I use 1.5. So I'll take my zip straight down, and then I'm going to measure my bust point, my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4. That's what I'm going to use to determine my dart. To determine the scale side at the back, I would just go out by, let's say, 3 inches, because my dart is 4. Or you could also use 4. Then I'll come down by 2 inches as well. I'll also come up to this edge and then trace out my neck. For my neck, I'll be going down by 1 inch. So I'll be doing 1 by 3. So the width will be 3 and the length will be 1 inch. I'll just connect. After that, I'll come down to the body and then I'll take my dart. My dart is 4 inch. I'll just connect, and I'll go out by half an inch by the waistline, and then connect from the waistline to the chest line. And then since I already have my basic pattern for the front, I'll just place it on this place and then trace out the body of my measurements. But if you do not have the pattern, what you could do is just to measure your basic body and add about 2 inches allowance or 3 inches allowance before you cut it out. Guys, if you're new to my channel or you just come across this video and it's a bit useful to you, please do not forget to subscribe and also like this video to help support my channel. Thank you. Okay guys, so we're done with the back side of the dress. We're going to move over to the front side. I'll be working with 24 inches as the length, which I have outlined already, and I'll just go ahead to outline the basic bodies, which is the chest line, the under bust, the waist, and the full length of the dress. And I've also taken my shoulder and my armhole. So firstly, by the side of this pattern, I'll be going out by half of an inch, which is going to determine the midpoint of the dress. And then I'll just place the cup on it and then trace it out. And I came down by 1 inch. So basically, I'll be working with 8 inches for the chest line. So after that, I would also take my dart on the hip line, which is 24 inches. I'll be taking 1 by 1, and then I'll just connect to my under bust. After cutting out the bodies, to determine the base for the neckline, I will take my neck and I'll be doing 2 inches by 3, and from that 2.5 inches, I would go down to the chest line, which is 8, and then just connect it, which you already see me doing here before cutting out. Now I am supposed to also trace out the full cup entirely to know how to cut this base. but I could still make use of what I have over here. So I'll just go ahead to cut out my pattern. So I folded this crepe into two, and I'll just measure it to check the length, and I'm having 30 here, which is not bad because I may be making use of 28 or less than 28 inches long. So what I would do is, sometimes to determine your ruffle on the waist or on anywhere when you're doing gathers or plain, you can use your hip for it, or you could just cut as many as you want. That's to determine how full you want it to be. Now the basic measurement to take is to multiply your hip by 2. For instance, now I am having 44 as my hip measurement. Let me measure it to confirm. So yeah, I've measured it, and I am having 44 as my hip measurement. What I will do is I will multiply 44 by 2. So 44 by 2 is going to give me 88, and I'm just going to measure 88 inches long to determine how the gathers would be. So I've gone ahead to measure 44 inches, and then since if I flip it over to this angle, it's going to be giving me the length that I want. So after measuring my 44 inches, I just folded it into 2 and then cut it from the middle to achieve the ruffle, which would not be really full, and I might likely add more material to it, but I want to cut the sleeve first. So after cutting the sleeve, then it's going to determine how I want the ruffle, the gathers to be. So for the sleeve is going to be a puff sleeve. So what I would do is I would just fold this into 2, and then I'm just going to measure. The length of the sleeve is 13, but this is giving me 20, which is what I need. So I'll fold into 2 like this way. Then I'm also going to fold this way. So for the sleeve, I'm just going to draw something like this on it. Is that a really to give that free shape around it? Then I'm just going to cut. So this is how I'm going to do my sleeve. Cup, I am going to be printing on it. So this is something that I may likely do off camera, or I might show just a glance of what I'm doing. So I'm just going to plate on it, and then please, if you're seeing this video for the first time, if you're new in my channel, do not forget to like this video and also subscribe. Thank you guys. So guys, in my next video, I'll be showing you guys how to join all these pieces together to achieve this style. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.